I was texting with a campaign official, Wilmington-based, who is telling me, confirming reports that there is some sort of a holdup between the Biden team and the Trump campaign about whether or not the mics are going to be muted the way that they were last time when it is not somebody's turn to speak. They are saying that the Harris team wants the mics turned on. They want the mics hot the whole time, and they are saying that is a problem at this point because the Trump team is pushing back there. So that's where we're at.
The Harris campaign is now raising issues about the rules for this debate, and the Trump campaign is responding. So essentially, the Harris campaign now says that it wants hot mics during the entire debate. And Jose, you'll remember that is remarkable because a couple of months ago, the Biden team actually did not want hot mics during the debate. They wanted muted mics when the other candidate was speaking. Now, this is a statement from the Harris campaign. It says, in part, the vice president is ready to deal with Trump's constant lies and interruptions in real time. Trump should stop hiding behind the mute button. Now, the Trump campaign is firing back and saying that it is the Harris team which is asking for more rule changes, including sitting down during the debate and also referring to notes and also opening statements as well. Now, I just spoke with someone from the Harris team who denies those rule changes, but as Garrett mentioned, this seems to be an ongoing dispute.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about hiding Kamala Harris, okay? The Democrat Party nominee that nobody voted for, that rose to power via a coup because she couldn't even win her own primary in the Democrat Party. She was that unpopular, okay? She has not done any interviews. Nobody knows what she actually really believes. Nobody knows anything about her, right? But she believes that she has the power to dictate everything in regards to the upcoming debates, or really right now just debate because she doesn't want to do multiple debates. The debate between her and President Trump, which is on ABC. Now, Trump lashed out last night over the ABC debate for multiple reasons, right? One of the reasons was the fact that ABC clearly is going to rig the debate in favor of Kamala Harris, right? Trump had just watched the interview with Tom Cotton that I reacted to yesterday. If you guys haven't seen that video, you can check it out. But the way that Jonathan Call conducted himself as a Democrat Party propagandist in that interview with Tom Cotton was really an example of how the mainstream liberal media, they are an arm of the Democrat Party. I mean, this guy was bending over backwards to defend Kamala Harris, basically trying to claim that she never supported Medicare for all, which is communism, right? She never supported that. She changed her mind, even though Kamala has not come out here and articulated that she actually changed her mind, or why she changed her mind, or when she changed her mind. No. She doesn't have to, because the mainstream liberal media is basically campaigning on her behalf. Okay, so Trump lashes out against that, and rightfully so. This is exactly what he said, so everybody understands what Trump really said. He said, I watched ABC fake news this morning. Both lightweight reporter Jonathan called a ridiculous and biased interview of Tom Cotton, who was fantastic, and their so-called panel of Trump haters. And I asked, why would I do the debate against Kamala Harris on that network? Will panelist Donna Brazile give the questions to the Marxist candidate like she did for crooked Hillary Clinton? Will Kamala's best friend, who heads up ABC, do likewise? Where is little George Slopopotamus hanging out now? Will he be involved? They got a lot of questions to answer. Why did Harris turn down Fox, NBC, CBS, and even CNN? Stay tuned. Yeah, I think Trump has a point. I think Trump is 100% right, okay? If you currently have a working brain and you're not blinded by your bias, you can see that ABC is not a neutral platform. Now, I think that Trump should do the debate regardless, okay? But the problem is that Kamala Harris desperately doesn't want to do the debate. She's trying to pull out of the rigged debate. And this time she has the dumbest excuse possible, because this morning it has come out that Kamala Harris is going back on the agreement, right? I want you guys to understand what she's doing here. She's going back on the agreement to debate Trump on ABC under the same rules that they debated for Joe Biden, right? With Trump and Joe Biden. She's going back on that because she wants the mics to be left on, and she wants other rules as well too that were not a part of the original agreement between Trump and Joe Biden.
Alvarez is leading us off this morning with the latest reporting on Team Harris. And Priscilla, you're hearing from the campaign this morning about new demand that they have for the next debate. What is that?
That's right, Sarah. We're learning about some back and forth happening between the two campaigns as they sort out these rules for the ABC presidential debate happening next month. Now, what this includes, as I'm told, is the microphones, whether or not they stay on during the debate. Remember that in June, the then Biden campaign had requested that the mics be turned off when each of the candidates was speaking. That is a little different from the way that the Harris campaign is approaching this. They actually want the microphones to stay on. This is a statement that from Brian Fallon, the Harris campaign senior advisor for communications. I'll read you part of it. It says, "Our understanding is that Trump's handlers prefer the muted microphone because they don't think their candidate can act presidential for 90 minutes on his own." They later go on to say that they don't think he can handle himself against Vice President Harris without the benefit of a mute button. Now, the Trump campaign pushback on this is that these rules had already been agreed upon when President Biden was the candidate, though I'm told that the only remaining dispute at this time is microphones, despite suggestions from the Trump campaign that she also wanted notes and wanted to be seated. Now, I am also told that the next few days are going to be very focused on debate preparations. We've seen the vice president on the trail a lot over the last month. She's expected to keep up the travel, but maybe at a bit of a different pace as she also puts a big focus on the preparations for this debate, knowing, of course, just how critical they are and how large of an audience tunes in when she goes toe-to-toe against former President Donald Trump.
Yeah, so I want you guys to understand how frustrating this is. And I can imagine that the Trump campaign, they're probably tearing their hair out right now over the fact that you're dealing with somebody who feels so entitled to literally control everything and to go back on the original agreement between Trump and Joe Biden after these are the same people who insisted that Trump had to stick to the original rules that he made between him and Joe Biden, even though he never agreed to debate Kamala. But they said that Trump was scared and that he was pulling out of the debate against ABC because Trump didn't want to do it under the same rules that he agreed to with Joe Biden, right? Even though he didn't agree to those rules with Kamala Harris. Now, all of a sudden, the Kamala Harris campaign is saying, no, we don't want those rules anymore, right? We don't want to stick to the rules that Joe Biden agreed to, which by their own argument, by their own logic, Kamala Harris agreed to. No, we want to change the rules. And one of the main rules they want to change is when it comes to the mics. Now, what is the reason that Kamala Harris wants the mics to be hot and to remain on? Well, one of the reasons why is because they realized that although the CNN debate was rigged in favor of Joe Biden, going in, they thought that it would help out Joe Biden to have the mics muted, right? So that Trump could not talk over Joe Biden. But during the debate, it actually seemed clear that the muted mics actually helped Trump, right? It helped Trump a lot, and it helped destroy Joe Biden. So that's part of the reason. But also the other reason is because Kamala Harris desperately wants this moment right here.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well,
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth. Joe Biden said twice in the debate.
I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. I am speaking now.
Yeah, that's what this is about. 100%, right? 100%. It is about her getting that moment where Trump interrupts her and she can say, "Excuse me, I'm speaking," right? The fake strong black woman thing, right? That's all it is. That's all it's about, 100%. And I'm sick and I'm tired of this. I really am, guys. I can only imagine how frustrated the Trump campaign is because these people clearly don't want to debate. And at this point, honestly, I don't care if Trump pulls out. I don't blame him if he decides to do the debate. I don't blame him if he pulls out because at this point, there's no satisfying these people. And it's not like the mainstream liberal media is doing their job in calling out Kamala Harris, because if the mainstream liberal media wasn't an arm of the Democrat Party, they would say, wait, hold on now. Then Kamala Harris, she was the main person that said Trump had to debate her on ABC because he agreed to debate Joe Biden, which According to her logic, agreeing to debate Joe Biden is the same thing as agreeing to debate her, which is not. But according to them, that was the reason, right? And she said that Trump was scared because he said that, hey, well, I didn't really agree to debate Kamala Harris. I agreed to debate Joe Biden, so I want to now change the terms because I have a new opponent. Kamala Harris took issue with that, right? Said that Trump had to agree to those rules. Now, all of a sudden, 2 weeks before the debate, Kamala Harris has said, no, I don't like these rules that I agreed to, okay? That I said that I wanted to do the debate under the same rules as Joe Biden. That's what you agreed to. Now, all of a sudden, she doesn't like it because she sees an opportunity to try to get a moment against Trump that she otherwise would not get. It would be a lot more difficult for her to get if the mics were muted, right? She realized that, okay, well, the mics being muted might help Trump, so therefore we want to rig it even more, right? It's not enough for it to be on a completely rigged network, ABC. Not enough, okay? We got to rig it more, right? We want everything my way or the highway. I mean, guys, how ridiculous is it for the Kamala Harris campaign to come out here and say that Trump wants to hide behind the mic when the whole mics being muted thing was the idea of Joe Biden, right? It was put in place to help Joe Biden against Trump, right? That was a Biden campaign thing. And now Kamala Harris wants to go back on that. Apparently, the rules that were set for Joe Biden versus Trump, they aren't good enough for Kamala, right? Which, again, is funny because they were asking Trump, well, if you can debate Joe Biden under these rules, then why can't you debate Kamala Harris under these rules, right? Now, all of a sudden, Kamala Harris doesn't want these rules anymore. Will the mainstream liberal media be asking Kamala Harris, wait, if the rules were good enough for Joe Biden to debate Trump, then why aren't they good enough for you? Why can't you debate under these rules, right? Again, especially considering how, according to your logic, you and Biden are the exact same. When Biden agreed to debate Trump, you agreed to debate Trump, and Trump agreed to debate Biden or you. Again, that's your logic. Why is it that all of a sudden the rules aren't good enough for you? Right? That is the question that should be asked, but we already know what it is. Now they realize that, wait, these rules are set up in a way that probably aren't going to be good for me, right? Because Kamala Harris, like Joe Biden, has issues talking and speaking, right? The more she speaks, the more likely it is that she's going to have some type of really bad moment that could sink her campaign, especially considering the fact that now she hasn't talked to anybody, right? So now everybody's kind of looking for Kamala Harris to talk or to actually say something. And when she gets on that debate stage, she's going to be extremely rusty. She's going to be very, very rusty, right? So it's going to be hard for her just to talk and talk and talk without being interrupted, just like it was hard for Joe Biden to do it, right? And that is something I think they've realized. So now they're panicking, right? They're panicking and they want to change things at the last minute. And I'm here to say, no, I don't think that the Trump campaign should capitulate to these demands. I think at some point, Trump has to put his foot down and say, listen, we tried. We wanted a debate on Fox News September 4th. I said, okay, I'll do the ABC debate, even though I didn't really agree to that. I'll do that. But we also want another debate as well, too, on CBS. Okay, we want 3 debates. Kamala Harris says no. She pulls out of the 2 debates that Trump proposes. She only want to do 1. And then she says they might do another debate, right? We'll see if we'll do another debate after that. I don't really know. And it's like, well, okay, at some point, you just have to acknowledge the reality here that Kamala Harris doesn't want to debate. She doesn't want to debate unless it's completely rigged in her favor. And we cannot get to the point where we're establishing this precedent that Democrats are the ones that can set the terms of all the debate, and that if a Republican doesn't capitulate to it, no matter how rigged that it is, that means that the Republican is scared. No. Screw that. That's not how we're rolling, right? We're not doing this. If Kamala Harris does not want to do the debate as agreed to between Trump and Joe Biden, because that's what she insisted, with all the same rules, and the only person that should be allowed to change the rules is Trump, because he never really agreed to debate Kamala Harris, but he's doing it anyways because he's not scared like Kamala Harris, right? Even though he knows it's rigged against him. If she doesn't want to do it, then screw it. There just won't be any debate, because we're not going to continue to capitulate to Kamala Harris's demands. She's not running anything. She's not the boss. She does not get to determine all of the rules, okay? The debates are supposed to be a mutually agreed upon negotiation where people say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want, we come to agreement. No, what she's trying to do, she's trying to have it her way or no way, right? 100% her way or no way. And no, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. We're not going to continue to capitulate to demands from Kamala Harris to have a debate completely rigged in her favor to get everything that she wants. No, right? No, we're not doing it. And again, if she doesn't agree to it, then hey, she pulled out a debate. She's scared. You can say whatever you want. The media is going to say, oh, Trump's pulling out. This is what they're trying to say now, because that's the point, right? The whole point is to say, hey, we want the debate to be our way or no way, and we're going to rig it in our favor. And if our opponent doesn't want to do our rigged debate, then he's scared. That's the narrative they're putting out there. That's what they're trying to do. And honestly, at this point, again, I don't care if Trump does debate, if he doesn't do the debate, because at this point, it's just obvious to me that Kamala doesn't want to do the debate, right? She's clearly the one that doesn't want to do it, right? And if I'm Trump, I just come out here and say, listen, I just want to do the debate with the same rules that I agreed to with Joe Biden. I never agreed to these rules with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris insisted that I have to debate her on ABC, the Rig Network, even though I never agreed to that. But I decided to agree to it, and I also wanted more debates. But Kamala Harris clearly doesn't want to debate. She wants everything rigged in her favor. And at this point, I'm just done, right? I'm sick and tired of having to go back and forth with these people. And that's it, right? I mean, if she doesn't want to do it based off the rules that she originally agreed to, then I'm done with it, right? I'm done with it, okay? But again, it really is a damn shame that this is where we're at in our country, in our politics. Well, we have one side of the political aisle that doesn't want to do any interviews. They don't want any questions. They don't want to do any debates. But yet, the mainstream liberal media is fawning over this person, and they're not criticizing this person as they should. Okay? In a sane society with an actual journalistic media, Kamala Harris would be getting destroyed on a daily basis because it's clear and obvious what she's doing. She's avoiding any type of platform that may be unfriendly to her at all, right? That's what she's doing. And the only reason she's getting away with it is because the media is allowing her to get away with it. In what world can you say that the guy who already did a debate on CNN, who's done CNN town halls, who's done interviews with ABC, NBC, all the mainstream liberal media outlets, maybe except MSNBC, right? But I don't blame Trump for not doing that, okay? I mean, MSNBC is not even a news network. But he's done unfriendly interviews in town halls. Kamala hasn't done anything. How is he scared to do a debate, but somehow Kamala's not scared when she hasn't done any unfriendly interviews, she hasn't taken any questions, and she's trying to rig the debates in her favor, right? She wants everything on her terms. But yet Trump is scared, but she's not. To me, it seems like she's the one that's scared, right? Anybody that's looking at this objectively can see, oh, wait, Kamala's definitely running away, right? She definitely is afraid to do anything that's not extremely rigged in her favor, right? It's amazing how that works. So again, at this point, I don't care either way, right? I'm just sick and tired of this. And I can imagine how the Trump campaign feels at this point. And I just wouldn't blame Trump if he just says, you know what, screw it. I'm not dealing with these people. On principle, I'm just not going to do it. So, hey, I mean, at this point, that's where I'm at, right? I'm hoping that the American people can see the clear and obvious what's going on here. I doubt they will because, again, the media is not doing their job. But I just don't blame Trump for just saying, screw all this. I'm just done with this. I'm not dealing with this person anymore. You know, it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.